Lesson number 9 for Sunday, February 26. The ultimate original sin. The question often arises, and understandably so, about how sin arose in God's universe. We understand how, at least somewhat, and at its heart, it was because of covetousness. Perhaps covetousness, then, is the ultimate original sin. Isaiah 14:12-14 says, "How you are fallen from heaven, O shining star, son of the morning. You have been thrown down to the earth, you who destroyed the nations of the world. For you said to yourself, I will ascend to heaven and set my throne above God's stars. I will preside on the mountain of the gods far away in the north. I will climb to the highest heavens and be like the Most High." What hints are given there about the fall of Lucifer? How did covetousness play a crucial role in that fall? From Patriarchs and Prophets, page 35, it says, "Not content with his position, though honored above the heavenly host, he ventured to covet homage due alone to the Creator, instead of seeking to make God supreme in the affections and allegiance of all created beings. It was his endeavor to secure their service and loyalty to himself. And coveting the glory with which the Infinite Father had invested his Son, this Prince of Angels aspired to power that was the prerogative of Christ alone." Ephesians 5:5 and Colossians 3:5 says, "You can be sure that no immoral, impure, or greedy person will inherit the kingdom of Christ and of God. For a greedy person is really an idolater who worships the things of this world." Colossians 3:5 says, "So put to death the sinful earthly things lurking within. Have nothing to do with sexual sin, impurity, lust, and shameful desires. Don't be greedy for the good things of this life, for that is idolatry." With what does Paul equate covetousness, and why? How fascinating that twice Paul would equate covetousness with idolatry. People practice idolatry when they worship, that is, dedicate their lives to something other than God, something created rather than the Creator. Romans 1:25. Could covetousness be, then, wanting something that we shouldn't have, and wanting it so badly that our desire for it rather than the Lord becomes the focus of our heart? No doubt, Lucifer at first didn't know where his wrong desires were to lead him. It can be the same with us. The commandment against covetousness, the one commandment that deals only with thoughts, can stop us from acts that will lead to the violation of other commandments as well. See, for instance, 2nd Book of Samuel, chapter 11. 1 Timothy 6:6 and 7, it says, "Yet true religion with contentment is great wealth. After all, we didn't bring anything with us when we came into the world, and we certainly cannot carry anything with us when we die." How can focusing on what Paul writes here help protect us from covetousness. From the book Patriarchs and Prophets, page 35, it says, "So long as all created beings acknowledge the allegiance of love, there was perfect harmony throughout the universe of God. It was the joy of the heavenly host to fulfill the purpose of their Creator. They delighted in reflecting His glory and showing forth His praise. And while love to God was supreme, love for one another was confiding and unselfish. There was no note of discord to mar the celestial harmonies, but a change came over this happy state. Little by little, Lucifer came to indulge the desire for self-exaltation. The scripture says, 'Thine heart was lifted up because of thy beauty. Thou hast corrupted thy wisdom by reason of thy brightness.' Ezekiel 28:17. Though all his glory was from God, this mighty angel came to regard it as pertaining to himself. Not content with his position, though honored above the heavenly host, he ventured to covet homage due alone to the Creator. Instead of seeking to make God supreme in the affections and allegiance of all created beings, it was his endeavor to secure their service and loyalty to himself. And, coveting the glory with which the infinite Father had invested his Son, this Prince of Angels aspired to power that was the prerogative of Christ alone. And from the book Counsels on Stewardship, page 223, it says, "Many who claim to believe in God deny Him by their works. Their worship of money, houses, and lands marks them as idolaters and apostates. All selfishness is covetousness and is therefore idolatry. Many who have placed their names on the church roll as believers in God and the Bible are worshiping the goods of the Lord that He has entrusted to them, that they may be His almoners. They may not literally bow down before their earthly treasure, but nevertheless it is their God. They are worshippers of mammon. To the things of this world they offer the homage which belongs to the Creator. He who sees and knows all things records the falsity of their profession." From the sole temple of a worldly Christian, God is excluded, in order that worldly policy may have abundant room. Money is his God. It belongs to Jehovah, but he to whom it is entrusted refuses to let it flow forth in deeds of benevolence. That he appropriate it in accordance with God's design, the incense of his good works would ascend to heaven, and from thousands of converted souls would be heard songs of praise and thanksgiving. Have a blessed day.